Hi, my name is Lucky Nkosi, and this is my practical video. This is my client Nonkubela Nzumo, who is 36 years old, and she is in perfect health. First, for my video submission, we're going to do the blood test. Alright, it is important for my client to be at rest for us to take her blood pressure. So that is why she's lying on the bed as we fit the blood test apparatus, and we'll make sure that her hand or her arm is also at rest while we take the blood pressure. My client's systolic reading is 103 and her diastolic reading is 68, which is all in all optimal. We will now take my client's weight, and this digital scale will also help us to take my client's body fat percentage. My client's weight is 67.5 kilograms and her body fat percentage is 38%. Now we'll take my client's height and we will then calculate her BMI using her weight as well as her age and her height. My client's height has now measured to 1.58 centimeters or 1.5 meters, sorry. Her BMI is then 26.8. We are now taking my client's resting heart rate. We will measure her beats per in the minute that we have set the timer with. So my client's reading for her resting heart rate is 63 beats per minute. Now we are taking my client's hip to waist ratio, where we'll measure the smallest part of her waist, right, which is measured to 74 centimeters. Now we'll take the largest part of her hips. My client's hip measurement is 110. My client's body posture is very normal. Her shoulders are in line, her arms and hands are in line on the front view. On the side view, my client is straight up. Her shoulders, hips and ankles are in a straight line. From the back view, my client's shoulders are in line. Her spine is also straight. So therefore my client's posture is normal. We will now take my client's back flexibility test, measuring her chin to the floor while she is seated against the wall. The first measurement is 63 centimeters. The second measurement will be done when she is lying down and lifts her chin, and we will measure from the clavicle bone to the floor, which is 23 centimeters. We will now take the second reading, which is 23 centimeters, and then divided by 63 centimeters, multiplied by 100, which gives us 36.5, and it shall be converted to 37%. Now we will do my client's program and some fitness test. The fitness test in the following will be done in this way. I will show my clients the workout, and my client will then perform the workout or the exercise as shown. Here we will do a medicine ball push, where I stand behind the line and push the medicine ball as far as possible. My client will then perform the exercise, and we'll take two different measurements. Here is the first try. My client will push the ball from her chest as far as possible. With the first reading, my client pushed the ball only 3 meters. Now we will take the second reading and the second try. My client was able to push the ball a bit further to 3.7 meters. This is the measurement. Here I'm demonstrating to my client how to do push-ups. My feet are shoulder width apart, hands slightly more than shoulder width apart, elbows a bit tucked in. Here we will do as many sit-ups, as many push-ups as possible in the minute. Here my client is performing the exercise as demonstrated. In the 1 minute time frame that has been set, My client was only able to do 20 push-ups, which is fairly fit or fairly strong for her upper body strength. For our cardio test, my client started with a warm-up on the spinning bike before she could actually do the 12-minute test. After a fair warm-up, my client will then ride at a comfortable pace or a comfortable speed for 12 minutes, and then we will try and see what distance she was able to cover in the 12-minute time given. In the time given, my client was able to do 4 kilometers. I will now demonstrate to my client how to do a weighted squat with a bar. The bar will be placed behind your head. You must sit down, pushing your bum backwards and making sure that your knees do not go beyond your toes. This is how I have taught my clients how to execute a squat. Here my client is performing the exercise as demonstrated and as instructed. All the exercises are done with control and with a good base in terms of feet stance or feet positioning. Here I will show my client how to do a leg extension. My client will sit up straight, putting their hands below their bum under the chair for a good grip, and then extending their feet straight in front of them. This exercise again must be done with control. Here now my client is performing the exercise as demonstrated and as instructed. Now I'll show my client how to do bicep curls. The weights start on the side of your body and you curl up and twist, keeping your elbows as close to your body as possible. Here my client is now executing the exercise, trying to make sure that they don't flex their elbows outward, keeping your elbows as close to your ribs as you can as you come up or as you curl up. Now I will show my client how to do a barbell press or a barbell overhead press. Put the bar on top of your shoulders, only balancing with your hands. Press the bar right over your head and bring it back down with control. Make sure that your elbows do not balance on your ribs on your way down or as you come down. Here now my client is executing the exercise as shown and as demonstrated. Continue to make sure that the exercise is done with control. Now I will show my client how to do a plank. Make sure that feet are shoulder width apart, body is flat, bum is down, and you are facing forward. Make sure that your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Here now my client is executing a plank for 1 minute. For our cool down, my client is walking at a moderate pace for 2 minutes. This is part of our cool down. Now my client will be stretching. We are now stretching her hamstring as part of that PNF stretch. Thank you very much for watching my video submission.